Oklahoma is one of the worst states when it comes to paying their teachers. Right now, teachers are heading to other states where they can make at least an extra $10,000 to $15,000. This budget crisis is affecting many teachers that are still here. This is the struggle of teaching.
Can we hang on to our celebrations until afterwards, please?
And the next question, I actually wrote my ticket.
It says Tamara's cousin is a forward on a soccer team. She went to the doctor.
I don't think that our legislators and our lawmakers and the people that are making all these decisions see the relationships that teachers have with their students, the gap that they're bridging for their emotional needs that they may not be getting at home right now. I don't think they see education as important anymore. It's kind of all been put on the back burner, and the teachers have been put on the back burner too.
It's rather disheartening, and it's not just the pay raises, it's the lack of funding for the children. It's the curriculum that we don't have. The best recollection I have is 10 years ago that we were able to buy curriculum so that we would have the tools that we need to lead the children in the right direction with our material. And it makes it very difficult when the teachers are trying to come up with the appropriate tools. That would be like telling a builder that you want him to build you a house, but he can't use any wood or nails or hammers. He doesn't have the supplies. And so that makes it our job even more difficult in that respect. And that's not even considering the toll it takes on the personal finances.
We were going through the budget cuts. The budget cuts really have been going on since about 2008, 2009. And that's when we got the federal stimulus money back in those days. That kind of helped for us a little bit, but then in the state of Oklahoma, we went through even more budget cuts after that, to the point until about probably 14, we started recovering a little bit. And a lot of it has to do with individually here at Collinsville. Our population has grown, our student population has grown, and we've had more homes being built around here, which has increased our ad valorem or property taxes. So that's helped us within the last few years. But as far as state aid, it hasn't. You know, the only rise that we've had in state aid is just due to our student population. And that's actually less per student than it was in 07, 08.
On a personal level, as far as how it affects the teachers, I think they struggle somewhat with the idea of being underappreciated. First of all, that it seems that there's been several attempts to compensate them and give them raises and things like that individually as teachers. And that tends to affect their mindset a little bit. But they have been really, really great at persevering and knowing that the calling on their lives really takes precedence over any monetary value. And our teachers here do a great job of just putting students first and knowing that they do have a calling to be a teacher, and that to them that's what's most important.
It's very difficult. You have to cut a lot of corners. You live month to month, and that's when about 2 years ago, my youngest is in high school. I decided I needed a part-time job and ended up with 2 part-time jobs. JC is a freshman at Collinsville High School. She plays, she's a very talented soccer player. She plays on a competitive team, which is why I initially started with the first part-time job to cover the cost of it, because it's very expensive. She travels a lot. She's on a regional team that goes in between lots of different states. She doesn't compete just in Oklahoma. I've thought about moving states because other states pay much more, but my daughter is settled here, so this is where we'll stay, and my home is at Collinsville Schools. So Yeah, there's been times when it's crossed my mind that I need to get out of teaching and do something else, career-wise. But again, it's just one of those things. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Miss Roop, being a teacher, she's able to get into the classrooms and she knows exactly what each teacher needs because she is a teacher. So she goes above and beyond to do the little things that would help a teacher get ready for the next day. But also here at the school, she's a lead teacher. She puts in a lot of extra time and work and just is a model teacher in the classroom. She uses a variety of methods and strategies to make sure students are successful. And even though she's got other things pulling at her time, she does not let that interfere at all with her classroom. And her students, they come first. And you know, she always has a smile on her face. And you know, you would never know that after this job that she has another one she has to go do. She never lets on that she's dreading it or she's down or she's discouraged. She lets her faith guide her, and she's a real shining light here at our school.
I can't even begin to describe all the positive things she does. She keeps us upbeat. She encourages us when we begin to get discouraged at times. She absolutely adores the kids. The funny thing about her, she'll usually have, during the year, she will have 1 or 2 students that may be overlooked by others, and she will bring out the best in them as well as all the other kids. They're all important. And I think that's not just with her students, I think that's with everyone. If you know her, you know how important you are to her.
If you want quality teachers here doing a job, please don't let any more good teachers leave to go to another state. Just pay them what they're worth. Make it comparable to the other states around us so that we don't have to have multiple jobs to make ends meet. Make it more enticing for kiddos that are getting ready to go into college and start their career path to possibly want to be a teacher. Because there's a lot of good kids out there that would make excellent teachers that are going away from it now just because of the pay alone.